momone adwene.
Adwene. Adwene. So.
Nti momone adwene.
Adwene tuna. Beef. Salted beef. Amane. Bibia.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Perpetual here. If you're new, you are warmly welcome. Guys, thank you for joining me today. Guys, today we're learning together. I am learning how to make Apapransa. And so guys, come along with me and let us learn this together.
Atia.
Truth be told, I am not going to attempt learning how to pronounce that. Y'all heard it? Yeah, apparently it makes the soup smell really nice, and they use it basically if you're making Abenkwan or if you're using any kind of palm oil. That's when they put the dried leaves. This is my first time seeing it or attempting to learn the name, but yeah. Back to the soup. They had started it before I arrived, and so Auntie Pat went ahead to tell me what she had put in it, and now they're just draining the palm, like the actual liquid from the pulp, and adding it to the soup, and then we're gonna keep going. Alright guys, so if you do not know what Apapransa is, it is basically made with palm nut soup or Abenkwan. But one thing that Auntie Pat mentioned was that when you're making palm nut soup for Apapransa, you want a lot of momone in it, which is fermented fish. So we went ahead to make the base, which is still ongoing. And then when you're done, you stir in your toasted or roasted corn powder. Now we're also going to be adding some prekese or Aden fruit into the soup, and what she's doing here, she's going to roast it. Guys, this is as authentic as it gets. It will help bring out the flavor, and you either break it apart slightly or you use the back of a knife to tap it again to release the natural aromas. So that's exactly what she has going on right now. Now guys, when we're putting the ingredients in, just keep in mind that this is a really large batch of Apapransa. It could easily feed about 50 people. So just to keep in mind when you see us drop certain ingredients in there. Anyway, she went ahead to add 1 seasoning tablet into the soup. Actually, 2 seasoning tablets into the soup just to add on to the flavor. And then she also added a few onions that will be blended later on. And yes guys, it was a lot of pepper. It was a blender full of pepper, but keep in mind that I mentioned earlier that this is a big batch of soup. Auntie Pat was serious about the pepper issue, guys. Please don't put that much pepper in your soup. Anyway, we went ahead to take out the tomatoes and the onions that we had put into the soup earlier. We're going to blend that and add that into the soup. So guys, after the blended onion and tomatoes went in, we went ahead to get started on the garnish for our Apapransa. And so Auntie Pat cleaned some crab, and then she started on a sauce that will be garnish. Alright, so the sauce is just oil, onions, green bell peppers, some tomatoes, and a little bit of carrots that we had, and she's just going to fry that for a few minutes and then add the crab into the sauce and allow it to cook. And she also added some canned mackerel, just again, it is just for garnish, so some extra flavor. And while the soup was almost done, we took out a bulk of our, hopefully I can say this, I think cabrepo, I think. Anyway, you get it. All right, now to the Apapransa again. What she is running her hands through is the roasted corn powder. So what she's done, she's running her hands through it just to get rid of any lumps that may be in there. And then this is a two-person job because of the amount that we're making. So you take the corn powder and you put it into the soup a bit at a time and you stir it constantly. And guys, this was a lot more difficult than I thought, but again, I think the amount we were making made an impact. Like, it was part of the reason why it was a little bit difficult to stir, but you keep adding it a bit at a time. And what she had done was she reserved some of the soup just so that if it got too thick or if we needed more, she could make more. And she's just taking out more of the leaves that we had used, the cabripo or atieja. I know I'm butchering the pronunciation, but I'm trying. And anyway, you do not want to make the Apapransa too hard, just because when it cools down, it hardens a bit more. So it is just a texture, and because typically, Ghanaian mothers do not cook with any measurements, so it was just a feel and go kind of thing. So it will take a little bit of practice to be able to get the correct consistency. And so after stirring it in for a few minutes and making sure that everything was stirred in there nicely, we went ahead to start plating. And so the Apapransa goes in first and then the garnish goes on top. And like I mentioned earlier, our garnish was some crab with some veggies, onions, green bell peppers, tomatoes, and some of the canned mackerel as well. That just goes on top to make it look all nice and presentable. And of course, serving it with the crab is that cherry on top. It is absolutely amazing. So we portioned it out into a few serving bowls, and guys, we were good to go. It was ready, and guys, it was absolutely delicious. It was nice and spicy, and I truly enjoyed it. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and of course, if you did, you know the drill. Give me a thumbs up, and remember to tell a friend about my amazing channel, and I will see y'all again very soon. Take care, guys. Bye.